start. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Cezara, and I hope that today we'll have an amazing journey together. Coffee processing involves a series of steps to transform the raw coffee cherries into the delicious and aromatic beans that all of us here love. There are also different methods to approach controlled fermentation. Depending on the type of nutrition and metabolism of the cherries, these can develop different types of aromas during the fermentation. Judges, for today, I have brought an insane new coffee with a unique kind of processing, an aerobic lactic fermentation with thermal shock washing developed by Diego Bermudez. It is a geisha variety that was harvested in November and was grown at Diego's farm, El Paraíso Estate, located in El Tambo Cauca at 1950 meters above the sea level. This region is characterized by its humid climate and high incidence of Pacific winds that together contribute to the solid growth of quality coffee cherries. Now, judges, I'm going to grind some fresh coffees for you, and in the meantime, the menus in front are for your reference. Thank you very much. Judges, you can write down the recipe for my traditional Ibrik. I am using 8 grams of coffee, with 70 ml of water. Brewing time is going to be between 2 and 2.5 minutes. Because of the processing method, this coffee is more soluble, so it needs under 3 minutes infusion time to prevent unpleasant bitterness and also highlight the fruity character. My Ibriks are made of stainless steel, and my burners give me the proper way to control the extractions. The coffee was roasted 7 days ago in 10 minutes with a 14% development time. This way, we gave the coffee profile more complexity and character and also a greater balance between acidity and sweetness. The water that I am using has a ratio of 2:1 between magnesium and calcium, 100 TDS, and 7 pH for a silky mouthfeel and clarity in flavors. Judges, speaking of flavors, when you will taste this coffee, you will find when the coffee is hot, flavor of dates, 70% dark chocolate, and a hint of red grapes. And when the coffee is warm, it transforms and unlocks a new flavor of red apples. The sweetness is medium, acidity is medium, and the bitterness is medium to low. The weight is medium, with a velvety texture and a long, pleasant finish of pink grapefruit. Also, when evaluating this coffee, please have 3 sips when the coffee is hot and another 2 when the coffee is warm. For now, I will only want you to evaluate the crema, but please do not taste yet because we will need the coffee cool down for a bit until you can have your sips. one is for you. Enjoy. And this one is for you. Enjoy. And until the coffee is cooling down, let me tell you more about this innovative thermal shock washing processing. At the farm, Diego handpicks 95% of the coffee cherries when they are fully ripe, and the other 5% when they are unripe. Next, the cherries are washed with sterilized water in order to lower the microbe quantity. After this, they go into the fermentation stage that happens in 2 phases. The first phase is a coffee cherry fermentation that takes place in sealed tanks that have a pressure valve on them in order to release the high pressure of gases that are created inside. It is an anaerobic process for 48 hours at 18 degrees Celsius. Next, the coffee cherries are depulped, and the coffee beans, covered now in mucilage, go for the second fermentation, this time an anaerobic lactic fermentation, where lactobacillus is added to the mix, 2 grams per kilo of coffee, 48 hours at 18 degrees Celsius. Now, judges, comes the innovative part, the washing with thermal shock. And for this, Diego uses water at 2 different temperatures in order to create a thermal shock that helps transferring and fixing all the secondary aromas that were developed during the different stages of fermentation of the microbial crop. The first washing is done with water at 45 degrees Celsius, and the second washing is done with water at 5 degrees Celsius. I specially chose this coffee because I really want to share with you this experience and the effect that this innovative processing has on the coffee, the increased character and complexity, and also the increased fruitiness and sweetness. And after this, the coffee beans are dried. They go for controlled drying, 28 hours at 40 degrees Celsius with recirculation of air of 25% humidity until the beans reach 10-11% moisture. Next, they are packed in Grain Pro and set to rest for 15 days to stabilize the process they just went through. And finally, the last step on this journey, the coffee beans reach the dry milling plant where electronic and manual selection takes place in order for the beans to comply with the highest quality standards required. And now, to truly celebrate this amazing coffee, I will start preparing for the signature drink. When the hourglass is finished, you can have your first sips. Thank you very much. Judges, now you can write down the recipe for my signature drink. I'm using 8 grams of coffee with 70 ml of the same water that I previously used. I am also now mixing the sand because I want to even out the temperature. You have already seen that my Ibriks are made of stainless steel, but they are also bigger in size because I want to achieve a more uniform extraction. and until the coffee is brewing, and it will take around 2.5 minutes, I will be guiding you and preparing the rest of the ingredients for the signature drink. Here, I am now mixing and creating a saline solution that is made of 5 grams of salt that comes from a traditional salt mine in Romania located in Transylvania, with 60 ml of the same water that I am using for the Ibriks. This type of saline solutions are very popular in mixology and are used as a flavor enhancer. And in our drink, it will be the game changer. It will unlock in your third sip a brand new flavor of ripe, fresh pineapple. For this, we will be using only 1 drop in each of your drinks. Next, I am using in each of your drinks 20 ml of this coffee pulp mix that I prepared by combining together 20 grams of coffee pulp with 100 ml of water, the same one that I'm using for the Ibriks, and 50 grams of sugars that I let to ferment together for 24 hours at a temperature between 25 and 30 degrees Celsius. In combination with the flavor profile of my coffee, it will unlock a flavor of stone fruits like ripe red cherries. And finally, the last ingredient is going to be in each of your drinks 2 ml of this Paragon cordial that comes from the newest generation of cordials, developed especially for mixology in order to create a solid base of sweet and sour in the cocktails. It has a very low pH of 1.8, and in combination with the flavors of my coffee, it creates a new note of toffee caramelized apples. And thank you very much. And my Ibriks are already done, so I am filtering them by using these V60s with Abaca fiber filters. This is the fastest way of extraction, avoiding the formation of any clumps, and also in the cup, achieving a clean cup with medium to high body. Now, judges, when you will taste this coffee, please evaluate it in 3 sips. In your first sip, you will get a flavor of stone fruits like ripe red cherries. In your second sip, you will get a flavor of toffee caramelized apples. And in your third sip, you will get a flavor of tropical fruits like ripe fresh pineapple. The sweetness is medium but develops more as the coffee cools down. The acidity is medium but increases as the coffee cools. And the bitterness is medium to low. The weight is medium. And I'm eager to show this to you. Because judges, in this fast-paced world, the Ibrik reminds us of the importance of slowing down. It encourages us to embrace the rituals and traditions that enrich our lives. In a world of instant gratification, the Ibrik remains a steadfast guardian for the art of patience and mindfulness. Thank you very much. Enjoy. Judges, I hope that today's experience has been as amazing for you as it has been for me. Being back here after 6 years, it feels amazing. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for all your attention. This is my time.
And thank you very much, Cezara from Romania.